So, and we're recording again. And I really hope it's not lost.
Well,
Well, that's
let's hope.
convenient.
Hmm.
My internet connection is again unstable. Fun times, fun times.
Very sad. But push through.
Yeah. I even have a LAN cable, but when I when I tried to connect it with that, I realized that my laptop doesn't have a LAN
Oh.
port, which is stupid as hell.
Oh.
Anyways,
Well,
okay, we were in the gardens.
yes. I am approaching the ladies, those fancy looking ladies,
Yeah.
and I'll say, "Excuse me, ladies. Um, I just woke up and I was sent here. Mm, could m- maybe one of you explain if anyone knows what I'm doing here?"
Um, and one of the ladies immediately, she's like a, well, she's a very tall blonde woman. Um, and you can very clearly see she's Fae. Um, Immediately walks off, doesn't talk to you, walks off. And the other ladies seem to be her ladies in waiting, and they kind of just shrug and go, sorry, and run after basically.
All right. Um,
And yes,
then I will.
she was wearing pink, is what I'm
Okay. All
saying
right.
here.
All right. All right. Okay. I'll go
No,
deeper
I'm
into
not
the
using
garden.
films at all.
No.
No.
I'll go deep into the garden and
Yeah.
look for someone else.
Um, hmm. I well, can you give me another perception check?
Oh, yes. 12.
Okay. Um,
My rolls are shit today.
okay, can you with that one give me huh, is that sleight of hand or is that... Well, it's not sleight of hand if you're not stealth either. Oh, didn't damn it. Um, huh. Can you give me a dexterity check?
Yeah.
Because I think that's actually the nearest I get to what I want.
Oh, bloody hell. That's a 7.
But that makes it funnier. Apparently you're doing a Yarrow here.
Oh, shit.
You kind of try to see if there is anybody around, and doing that, looking around and getting more desperate really in the looking around. Um, you full force run into someone.
Oh, no. I'll step back and be like,
Mhm.
sorry, I won't look at them. I'll just say, keep my head down and say, Sorry, I didn't mean to. I
And
just,
at that
I'm,
point, there's a hand on your shoulder.
yeah, no reaction, just
And
frozen.
hey, you don't need to be worried. Do you look up?
Yeah, I do.
It's Daryl.
Ah, Daryl. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, I will exhale so like relieved. Oh, what am I doing here? Hi, sorry. Hi. What am I doing here? Why am I here?
Well, wasn't really my decision. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? Well, um, maybe not here. And
Mm-hmm.
he kind of goes, kind of gestures for you to come along.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk past the pixies that are now just watching, not playing anymore. And the moment you walk past, and well, he would have at least offered you his arm, honestly. He would have
How do I
offered.
take it?
I don't know. Do you take it?
Yeah, I do take his arm.
Okay. So the moment you walk past the pixies, you can just hear them giggling like crazy and
All
immediately
right.
talking about it and immediately kind of swarming out and telling everybody about it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Everybody's in the gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, he kind of shows you back into, I don't know, a hallway, but it's not around the same corners that you went before, kind of
Mm-hmm.
in a bit of a different direction. And it seems less like this is a place where people are sleeping. It seems more like it's a business place.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, my internet was doing things again. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, it seems more
Excuse
businessy.
the silence. Mm-hmm. All right. I'll just quietly follow. Still not really understanding why he's there, why I'm there, and just kind of glad that I can hold on to his arm.
Hmm. And he kind of brings you into a hallway that has a lot of like tapestries on the sides and
Mm-hmm.
seems very grand, but also kind of smaller than than the big guest quarter places that you would assume you were staying in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, and opens the door, mentions, kind of shows for you to walk in, and you're in, well, it seems like a small library, not very small. It's basically a
Mm-hmm.
library, but it's an office,
Mm-hmm.
which seems kind of ridiculous in comparison to a lot of things here. But yeah. And you can see also it's a bit funny because his sword is leaning next to a bookshelf. And like there's like it's basically, yes, there is books. Yes, there is papers. Yes, there is things like that. But there's also like a skull. And it's I mean, this is very much still a barbarian, right? It's,
Yeah.
you know, and it's his office, and you can see that immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have
Um.
closed the door the moment he
Mm-hmm.
walked in.
Well, I'll just be like staring wide-eyed around the room because books, and yeah, I'll just be completely attention is gone for a bit there.
If it was there at all.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, you can, like, if you do at all listen, he tells you, well, you can read anything you want, basically. Maybe not the papers, but the books.
I give an absent-minded nod.
Yeah. Um, I'd say at this point, a while later, you probably wouldn't have noticed that it's a while later though. Um,
Nope.
Someone taps on your shoulder, goes, "There's a snack and tea." It's been a couple hours, so
I imagine myself just having a book in my hand, just like flipping through it, and kind of startle at the touch. Be like, oh, I will blush a little, shut the book, put it back into the bookshelf, and be like, sorry, um, books. Um,
was to be expected.
well, d- ca- do you, can you explain?
Oh, do you know where you are?
I can't remember. There was a lady when I woke up. She said something with a T, but I can't remember. And I've
The
never
lady's
heard of this
Torna.
place. Yeah,
Torna helped you. Yeah. I told it to help you. Well, uh, Torinia is the place, but well, that's the lands basically. But where you are quite right now is the Unified Sealy Court. Well,
I have no idea, do I?
I don't know.
Well, if I don't know the place, I don't think I'll know what's in there. So I'll just stare at him completely blank. Be like, sorry, no idea.
And he would at that point kind of hand you a book. Uh-oh. Um with poetry in it. Or really it's more translated poetry because you don't speak Sylvan, do you?
No.
No. So it's translated from Sylvan and he gives it to you with a page open. Um and I have an actual poem.
Ooh.
Um and what you can read on the page is our land has princes three. They they help the king rule me and thee. So one just and fair, one dark and severe, and one that can help the fight and also steer. The balance of the three is more precious than we are free. Those are the basis, you see, of us people called Seelie. And there is a note under it that it's a translation of a poem. So definitely not a perfect translation, and some things might be lost from ancient Sylvan. And yes, I can send you that poem later.
Yes, please, thank you.
To have that. Yeah, Princess 3 is what it talks about. And at this point, while you're reading, um, you can notice that Daryl seems kind of very embarrassed.
Embarrassed. Oh, I'm too stupid to play this character. My character is so well read, and I'm not. Um, mm, is this okay? This does have to do with the Saley, but what about like the three? Why did you
Oh,
show me this?
Did Torna say anything about a prince?
Yeah, yes, she did.
I brought you here.
You brought me
Click,
here.
click.
Can you hear the? It's rattling up there.
You can see it.
Yes, I can't hide that. Um, would be embarrassing if I made the wrong connections, no? Are you? Why?
Well, I didn't bring you here, but I brought you here. Like I didn't bring you here from your dream. I just picked you up when I was told to pick you up. Not in my sister's house, but like here.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. I don't.
Um, okay. Hmm. Hmm.
My question is still the same. Why am I here?
Well, the king thought that you might be, might be able to help, is the short version.
The king.
And he looks annoyed and just kind of
Uh,
like, ugh. Not at you, but at the king. Like
yeah,
it would
yeah.
be very obvious to notice that one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Well, and I think he would kind of take a piece of parchment and with like a pencil try to write down the king at the top, Yarnan. Again, I'm gonna text you that one.
Yes, thank you.
um as the king of the unified Sealy Court. Then the three princes underneath him, which it says are Monach with an Mao Nach,
Hmm.
Rory, so Ruaridh, and Regan Aid. And then underneath them, he like writes down the council. And there's the king. Then there's, us. Um, and underneath us, or with us, all of us, there's the council. They're elders. There's some people are just very good at strategic stuff. And yeah. And also well, you would have the poem says there's one fair Sealy Prince. That's Rory. Um, then the dark one, that's Monach. Well, the other one now. I think you can probably guess that.
Yeah. And this is when I remember that he told me, I think he did, um, that he kind of stole the name he's using right now.
His sister did tell you.
Yeah.
She was like, well, those aren't our names, but yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, when we're back where we were, don't tell people the name, maybe.
Don't worry.
And he looks again kind of embarrassed.
Okay. So, the king, you told him I could help.
No, no, no. He thought you could help. I didn't tell him.
Why does he know me?
Ugh, guess he has his ways. I don't know.
Okay. And what does he want my help with?
Me,
Elaborate?
well, it is embarrassing. Um, well, Monach has Scythe, so she's the king's daughter. And Monach is, well, he's the dark and severe one, but he's actually kind of nice. I know, doesn't sound like it. Be, you know, fake court. Um, Scythe is, she thinks more strategically than he does. He thinks with more emotion. They help each other. Rory, well, I don't think he needs any help, to be honest. And well, I don't know if he thinks that you can help me or that you can help him keep me under control. But well,
I don't understand.
well, I don't either, to be honest.
Why would you need to be kept under control?
I have opinions.
Okay. Are they bad?
No, but well, maybe some people would think so.
And you need me to... What?
At that point, he seems like he's trying to answer, but there's a knock at the door.
Mm.
And again, it's Torna. And she's basically, oh, let's hope you weren't seen. Well, you were seen. I wouldn't know if you weren't, if you hadn't been seen. You should have someone here as well. It's not exactly done, is it? And she's basically kind of trying to guide you outside and scolding him whilst guiding you outside.
Rude. But okay. Um, no, I'm kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So I won't really um yeah, I'll just let her guide me
Well,
outside.
yeah, she does. And at this point, I told you personally, not generally, but I told you personally, there's going to be time skips. This is one of those. Basically, she does guide you back, and some point there's a dinner, and well, basically you go to bed, you get up, take a walk in the gardens, have a talk with some pixies and with Torna, and sometimes you do see Daryl, who's not called Daryl, but before you know it, 2 weeks have passed.
Bloody hell. I'm still not sure if this is a dream or real, right?
I don't know. You could try and read something, try and find something to read about this.
Well, can I access Daryl's office?
Yeah.
Okay, so
He
I'll
would have made sure you could.
okay. Then I'll go into his office and look if there's any book that kind of helps me, even though I have no idea if this is how this could be possible.
Can you give me an investigation check?
Yeah, certainly can do. Investigation. Oh, oh God. Oh, that's in at 20.
You immediately find a book. Basically, well, you don't think you're going to find a book, and then you look at the bookcase, and it all seems like it's like just strategy things, and it's not what you're looking for. And you turn around and look towards the desk, and on the desk is a book on theories of the Feywild. Um, well, and in the book you would also find the answer. In the olden days, the Feywild would have worked that, well, basically by chance, you would have either spent a very long time in it and but a few minutes outside, or if you got into particular company, it would have been a couple of minutes, and in the normal world, it would have been years. But that it was unified to, well, at the court, weeks or even years could just be minutes or hours. And that one way that they've managed to unify that next to the Sealy was by simply not abducting people out of normal world normally or having them access it normally, but rather having them enter through a dream. So you would at this point think that, well, you might still be asleep, but also you entered this world probably through a dream. And even if you stay years here, you're probably going to be fine.
Mhm. Hmm. Well, that takes a little bit of tension off my shoulders, but I still have, like, no one's told me what I'm supposed to do here, and I don't think anyone wants to tell me. And I don't know, have I met with Daryl again? I don't think so.
I think you would have seen him in passing. I don't think you would have gotten a chance to actually talk to him.
Hmm.
You'd have seen him in passing a couple of days after being essentially dragged out of his office. And that's the point where he would have told you you can access the office, you can, you know, and I think he would have maybe left one or two notes. Um, one saying, well, he's away on business, and one saying, well, he's back, but he's very busy. And it's obviously his handwriting. So, and I
Hmm.
think in the first one, he probably would have scrawled an owl in the corner. Just,
That's adorable. Okay. Mm,
um, but I'd say after like another 2 weeks, kind of, well, chit-chatting at the best, reading a lot, like normal, basically, and wearing fancy and fancier clothes. Um, Probably chatting with Piper quite a bit.
oh yeah.
Um,
We're like best friends at this time.
um, Torna comes um, in the morning, even more ruffled than usual, even more
Mhm.
panicky, even more busy. And this time she doesn't even just come in and put stuff out and help you dress, but basically a whole army of ladies coming in with her. And very quickly you would hear, well, um, well, the king wants to see you. Well, the whole court wants to see you, but well, in well, you have 30 minutes or something to get ready. So we better get cracking.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Um, okay.
And
Yeah.
the dress is still somewhat your style, but yeah, there's also some silver details on it and like some gray silver details. And yeah, she helps you dress and looks very carefully that you don't take Piper.
Can I take the owl?
Well, of course you can take the L. Well, well, I'm not saying anything, but Piper, well, there are, but they're not really, well, they're a creature, not really,
It,
well,
it's okay. They'll understand.
they're your friend, so I don't want them to take your friend. So,
It's okay. It's okay. Go.
and
Stay
she,
here.
Piper just whistles.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. As
Usual
always.
annoyed sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Yeah. Um, you can take the owl. You can even take the book.
Good.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of, you know, almost like gently shoving you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if a cloud was shoving you. It's
That's okay.
basically like guiding, but a little more like that way.
Yeah. You
Um
have to hurry. Mm-hmm.
into a corridor that you haven't been in yet. But you've walked past it and it's the grandest. Think like Versailles. It's like
Mm-hmm.
big, grand,
Mm-hmm.
gold, silver, everything. If you think, oh, that's a lot, then even more.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they kind of lead you. My mum is being very loud. One second. Okay. Where were we? Okay.
I was being
Basically, they're
shoved.
yeah, by cloud.
Gently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're leading you towards, well, it's getting grander and grander the further you walk, which is a ridiculous thought. Um, until there's like big doors that just kind of open with like an Jonah would say mit dem Ächzen, like with a not even a sigh, but it's like hmm,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Grand doors.
grand doors, nobody opening them, they're just opening.
Mm-hmm.
And this point to keep going with the references, kind of Bridgerton meeting the Queen vibes. Like
All right.
not
Okay.
that many families around, but it's like a well, what am I doing?
Yeah, blank nerves,
Yeah.
fidgeting with the dress. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And there's a throne room on the other side.
Mm. I'm training to be a librarian. I am not built for that stuff.
On that side, where you can see on the very left, is the biggest throne of them all. And I mean, it's obviously the king. There
Mm-hmm.
is no question about it. He's tall, blonde, um, has very strange silver eyes that you can see even from meters away. Just very strange thing.
Ugh,
Um,
give me the
and he
chills.
seems, yeah, and he seems to be wearing a lot of red. It's
Mm-hmm.
apparently his thing. Um, Next to him would be the light Seelie Prince, and you can immediately see that as well because he's got light hair and he's got, well, finer fey features. He doesn't seem like a nightmare creature. He
Mm-hmm.
just, seems like a little more feral elf. Um, and he's wearing light blues, for example, and whites. Um, Next to him, there's two people, one on a throne, one next to him. Um, and that logically you think must be Monarch, the dark Seelie Prince, who seems like a very feral elf. He does look like, well, like a horror elf, essentially. Like
Mm-hmm.
nightmarish looking,
Mm-hmm.
not unkind, but like very pointy teeth, very pointy ears, um, strange wolf looking eyes, and just dressed in darker colors. And next to him is the pink lady, essentially, that on the very first day that you asked her something, um, just rushed past. And next to them is Daryl, who isn't called Daryl, um, also sitting on a throne, dressed in, well, his usual clothes, but fancier, like you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're completely brown, gray, and silver. And yeah, and they're
Okay.
just looking, and there's people standing on at the sides, but you would assume that's the court.
Mm-hmm.
They're all whispering, and you can see light and dark fae alike. Some pixies, some redcaps, and the redcaps seem to be dressed as soldiers, actually. Red caps and red coats.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
was waiting to say that. Um,
Yep. Felt that.
yeah, and there also seems to be some scribes, just one writing, one drawing, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, as you walk in.
Am I still being led as I
Nope.
walk?
They basically like shoved you in at the door and then went back because it's not their place.
Um, I'll stand there. I don't know where to go, so safest for me is just stay where I am, bow. I will look at the king and bow. Or not look at him, but like look like
Towards
respectfully
him. Yeah.
look towards him and bow. And um
Bow or
yeah, my
curtsy?
nerves are blank.
Bow or
Um
curtsy?
curtsy. Yeah, curtsy.
Okay, can you give me a dexterity
Shit.
check, not a saving throw, not quite yet.
Mm-hmm. Don't don't scare me. That's a 14.
It's a wobbly curtsy, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you don't you don't fall or anything. It's wobbly and it's obviously terrified, but and awkward. But I mean, you don't curtsy all day. Like
No.
it's
I'm a
not something you
fucking
do.
librarian.
Do you say
What the
that?
fuck? No, no, I think that. I'm a fucking librarian. What the hell am I doing here? I don't curse, but in
And
my head,
one or two of the pixies on the side are just giggling. Nobody said anything aloud. They're giggling.
uh, I hate everything. Again, just in my head, but I'm so uncomfortable.
You just
I'm just standing there
stand
and I'm waiting for
stand in the
something to
curtsy.
happen. Hmm. No, I do
Um,
come back up from the curtsy,
okay.
but
Do
I
do you
I
look do you look up or do you look down?
um no, I keep looking down.
Okay.
Not
Then
like
you would
completely down, not to my feet, but like in front of the thrones. Like
yeah, but not towards the people on the thrones.
no.
So you would not see what's happening up there. Okay. Um, basically that means for you it's just a long silence, some rustling, and then I'm not doing that from Daryl.
Hmm.
And probably a movement or something. Sounds like someone's moved, but you wouldn't know how. Nobody's gotten up quite yet. And I do suppose you're like a third into the room, not very near, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Respectable distance.
Then then you would be able to hear basically a very annoyed sigh. And well, the only person who could walk like that is Daryl. It's not the king. The king wouldn't walk like a barbarian walking through a swamp. Like it's well,
Hmm.
he kind of walks up to you and obviously rolling his eyes, hands you his arm again.
I take it hesitantly. Well, I do start a little and look up, and I do relax a little when I see it's Daryl. Um,
The giggling
and then I take
pixies
his
get
arm.
louder. Um,
And
yeah,
I curse them in my head.
and you can hear one go, "Oi!"
Right. True. Okay.
And Daryl would like very slowly lead you to basically to stand like a couple of meters before the king, and then you know, kind of put his hand on your arm and extricate himself and walk back to his throne and kind of is mumbling, sorry. And yeah, walks back, sits down, and you can just hear from the king. So,
I look up now at the king. Careful.
yeah, like, so what makes you so interesting?
Um, Your Majesty, that is my question. Um, I don't know. I'm not interesting. Um, I was rather hoping you would answer. You'd be um yeah, I was no, I was hoping you would answer that question, Your Majesty.
Can you give me a persuasion check?
Where's persuasion? Oh, bloody hell. Not one.
Well,
Shit.
he just um he just completely starts laughing very loudly. And I assume you get very embarrassed,
Hmm.
even more. Mhm.
Yes.
Um, and he gets up, and before you know it, he's standing before you, goes, well, I'd say no need to be worried, but I also know where you are, so you do have a need to be worried, but not that much quite yet. He rolled a 19 insight. Just say.
I just nod very slowly. And in my head, I'm like, shit, shit, shit. No, my nerves are blank. Um,
Well, do you know why you're here?
no.
Well, I would have hoped someone told you.
Well, someone tried to, Your Majesty, but I just didn't quite understand, Your Majesty.
Well, I'm not going to be able to tell you entirely. Well, you do have more to do with the world. So once you go back there, you shouldn't be able to tell everything, but it wouldn't be safe for you. Um, it also wouldn't be safe for you if you didn't know anything. And well, being this unskilled, well, that's not going to save you very long, is it?
I suppose not, Your Majesty.
You will get your choice, and you will have a year from the day you got here. Does that sound good?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Do remember, don't just agree with Faye.
And I curse in my head again.
And he also laughs. Imagine that one. Um, and goes, no, no. But, well, not everyone means that well.
I know, I'm sorry.
Hmm. Turns around, sits back down, and kind of seems to like just wave his arms, and all the people just very excitedly start chattering and leaving the hall. And the other princess, well, his daughter, the princess, or whatever she is, gets up and leaves immediately as well with her waiting ladies in waiting, kind of getting out of the crowd and joining her.
Mm-hmm.
And the princes all get up and walk towards you. All three.
Mm-hmm.
And you would notice, I don't know how tall you are.
Me neither. Wait, let me check. I probably haven't written that down.
I assume 5 foot something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Daryl is the smallest, and
Oh,
he's
he's a
tall.
bit taller. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the other one's even taller.
Mm-hmm.
And the king, you wouldn't have noticed because you were nervous, but he's also pretty tall.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, the first that reaches you would be Rory, so the light prince.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately kind of walks towards you, grabs your hand, and bows very flourishy. Like,
Oh. Um, well, I'll just freeze because tall prince taking my hand, bowing before me. Yeah, no, I freeze and just kind of wide eyes and
He does get up again, and when he sees you being frozen, basically, just laughs. And it sounds like a bell. It's just a
everyone's
laugh
laughing
that
at me.
sounds like a bell.
Yeah.
And with him, it doesn't seem like he's laughing at you. He's laughing with you, if you were laughing.
Hmm. I want to cry though.
And and the other one, Monach, kind of laughs at the other one and grabs his shoulder and kind of just smiles at you, which seems eerie, but is probably meant nicely.
Hmm.
Um, and says, "Don't worry, that guy's got a well, he's got crone."
Hmm.
And then when he realizes, oh wait, he's a stable hand. Well,
Okay.
and Rory is like still kind of laughing, and it seems like the laugh kind of never leaves him. And the smile also doesn't. It's like, well, that idiot didn't actually, and kind of gestures to Daryl. Well, that idiot didn't. Well, he talked about you once, and then he didn't talk about you at all. And well, good to meet you. And
The
kind of turns
pleasure's
around
mine.
to kind of turns around to Daryl and goes, "Well, Rhaegar, at least she's polite."
Oh, that does sound like not a compliment. That sounds like,
No, but
oh,
he's imagine he's always laughing, and I'm too autistic to show that. So
yeah, so it's
yeah, so he's
kind of like
like,
sarcastic.
very kind of a sarcastic,
Hmm.
obvious. He means it well. I don't think that guy can mean anything in a bad way, but you're absolutely free to do an inside check if you want.
No,
No. Okay.
no, I'll refrain. I'm too startled and too overwhelmed.
Yeah. And yeah, basically they're kind of just happy to have met you. And he talked about you.
Which makes me even more concerned.
Um, and then, well, Monach kind of sighs because none of the others seem to want to talk. He goes, well, you do have a choice in front of you. And I do suppose, I mean, either of us would help, but well, my wife wouldn't like that. And I think Regan wouldn't like if Rory helped. So you two have a choice to make. I think you better get to it.
Hmm. Um, okay.
If you look at Daryl, he seems absolutely flustered.
Hmm.
Completely.
Hmm. Good.
Mhm.
Um, well, I still have no clue what I'm supposed to do. I'm surrounded by so many creatures that are like laughing at me and like kings and oh, I'm a fucking librarian.
Well, question is for how long? Um,
Help. Um,
um, at that point, I think Rhaegar, Daryl
mhm.
would again, because apparently this is a thing you do now, hand you his arm,
Mhm.
kind of start, if you take it, lead you out back to his office where
I take it.
there's, well, where there's a couple of envelopes.
Okay.
Well,
I look at them,
um, yeah, he
but I
closes the
don't dare
door
to
again.
like. Mhm.
No. Well, basically, King did say you have a choice. He also did mean that you should be trained, which means, well, you can choose a way, which way you're going to be trained. And at this point, rules talk, because essentially, on rules level, um, what is a possibility is you are offered the possibility of training with someone who knows what the fuck they're doing,
Mhm.
um, which basically means multiclassing,
Mhm.
probable. I don't think there's any druids around, to be honest, but I don't know. They might try and find one. But rules talk wise, we would have to look at levels and stuff to even know what's possible. Okay.
Okay, this is wild.
Okay, so I don't have your stats in my head, so this is going to get interesting. Um, just tell me what's possible, basically. Barbarian strength 13. I don't think that's possible, right?
Do I need to have strength 13?
Yeah, those are the ability score minimums where you have
Mm,
to,
yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah, no. Bard charisma 13.
Mm, wait, can you? No.
Nope. Cleric wisdom 13. You should have that because it's the same for druid.
Yes.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Um, fighter would be strength 13 or dexterity 13.
I have dexterity 16, but
Okay.
strength 9.
Then that's a possibility. Fighter on dex would be possible. Um, then monk would be dexterity 13 and wisdom 13.
Of both?
Yeah. Paladin strength and charisma 13. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Ranger dexterity and wisdom 13 as well. So ranger would be possible.
hmm
But also, again, I don't really think they have rangers at court. Maybe, maybe a hunter,
Meh.
but I no.
Mm.
Rogue is dexterity 13, so that probably is possible.
hmm
Sorcerer and warlock are charisma 13.
Neither.
Did you? Nope.
No, I don't.
Uh, wizard is intelligence 13.
hmm
Wizard, okay. Okay. Basically, we have cleric, fighter on dex, monk, rogue, or wizard. Though I honestly also don't necessarily think they have a monk. So cleric, fighter, rogue, or wizard.
Okay.
Unless you are like, I need to go with druid. But yeah.
Well, she doesn't even know how to druid, so.
Well,
So that's my choice.
yep.
Mm. The thing is, she knows she's fucking terrible with weapons.
Mm.
I'm not sure if that would make sense.
I think exactly because of that, it might make sense. And you
Oh,
can
because
also
she's been
imagine
trained.
exactly. And also they want her to be safe-ish.
Mm.
So she's being trained so she doesn't freeze. So she doesn't do all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you can imagine all of those conversations that we're having, well, except for the what's available, um, that they're having, basically. So fighter would make sense, rogue as well,
Mm-hmm.
just saying.
I think considering that fighter would make the most sense.
Hmm.
I think I'll have to go with that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fighter. Proficiencies you gain. Light ar light armor, medium armor, shields, simple weapons, martial weapons. And yeah, basically, and then gets to the fighter thing. Um, and now I am Googling fighter because of course I
Me
did
too.
not prepare this far. Okay, so you get a fighting style and second wind at first level, action surge at second level, martial archetype third. Yeah, basically because you get a year's worth of extreme training, essentially. Um, it's going to be 5 levels.
Hmm.
It's going to be experience. They're going to, it's going to be tough as fuck, essentially.
Brutal. It's gonna be brutal on a
It's going to
fucking
be
book girl.
brutal.
My poor book girl.
I mean, I mean, um, da, 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 da. Basically simple weapons, martial weapons. So you could choose any of those. And a fighting style, I don't know which one would be your best idea.
I will have to look into fighters until next session.
You definitely will.
Yeah.
But the general stuff we can kind of talk about
Hmm.
because what kind of weapon would you think you would get to?
Oh, I'm kind of thinking bow and arrow,
Hmm.
because like um range.
Yeah, just thinking which are fighter dex weapons is what I'm thinking.
Mm.
Da, 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 da. Dex weapons. Yes. Dex-based weapons. Okay. So it would be like rapiers, scimitars, short swords, short bows, and light crossbows. It wouldn't be a longbow
Yeah.
because, yeah.
Let me look through her backstory again, because she did grow up on a farm, so she technically does know how to use like short swords, knives.
Yeah.
So I think naturally she'd choose daggers
Hmm.
because they're like small and
I mean,
handy
we
and
we could also, I mean, we could homebrew something as well.
oh.
Also, you could go with two-handed weapon fighting, which is a subclass situation.
Hmm.
And if you go with two-handed weapon fighting, you can also use like two short swords, like the slightly rapier looking ones, um, that kind of thing. And I mean, everyone should have a
Yeah.
dagger anyways, but
Mm. That sounds good.
uh, yeah, basically, as Eldrin chooses fighter, um, you get told, well, um, we'll have Cruin ready tomorrow then. And that's the stable hand that is apparently having a thing with Rory. Um, you find out that he's actually also a pretty good fighter and actually a soldier, like very well trained, very,
Hmm.
very good at what he does. And yeah, in the morning, the training starts. And I like think in the year, what would Eldrin do or try to do? Any ritual stuff, anything everyday-ish?
She'll read her books. She'll hold on to the book Dara gave her. Um she'll read that and she will write a diary.
And I think on the other side, training would be harder than you'd have thought.
Hmm.
But I also think you wouldn't be at the point of running from combat or freezing in combat anymore.
Hmm.
And I think just generally that might confuse you in the beginning when you
Hmm.
get back. Um, Also, I think Daryl would have made a point of at least once a week having a walk, having a talk, kind of, even if he has to leave, if he had to leave, he would probably like leave a note, something, or book,
Hmm.
and just yeah. And I think
Yeah.
also one day you would wake up, but you'd be in a tiny cottage and there's a cat snoring there.
Oh, oh, that took a while. So I'm back.
I think yes. Like I don't think
Okay.
they would have made like a big boo-hoo about it. I think
Hmm.
they're going to be in touch. Um, do you want to do like, I don't know, a perception or investigation or something check to find out what kinds of things you probably also heard about?
Yeah, yeah, I would love to. I
Or
will do my perception check.
maybe you can do both if you want.
Investigation and perception.
Yeah, to kind of,
Let's do investigation first. That's 8.
yeah, you try to listen in on people talking, but it's usually only that Scythe is being a terror again, and that nobody understands how her husband even is with her. But well,
Hmm. Hmm.
and also talk of Blarnard, um, well, who's a hag who does her thing, but also is at court. So
Hmm.
bit of a weird situation.
Okay.
but that's not what you want to hear, so
No,
mm.
not really. Perception is a dirty 20.
Nice. Um, then, well, I'm correcting what I said before. I think whenever you try to get people into a conversation to find out stuff, no chance.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling you gossip, they're telling you things, they're asking you how training is going, nothing more.
Yeah.
But one day you walk past another office that is standing kind of open, whilst you're walking to Daryl's office. Um, and you can hear people talking, and one is the king, very obviously, and one is his daughter. And I think her husband would probably also be there. Um, and you can hear them talking about, well, she's, hmm, how do I formulate that? She seems to be upset, um, that there might be a fight and that it takes some time. And well, you can hear sentences like, well, if we want to fight them, why don't we do that now? They don't know now. And you can hear the king say, well, we need to get people, we need to get people, simply. And Monak kind of trying to calm his wife down is saying something along the lines of, well, the gods don't help people, but people believe in the gods. Some, at least. So it'll take some time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Juicy. All right.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's a lot.
But it was a dirty 20.
Yeah.
If you had like a 25 or more, it probably would have been more.
Oh shit.
Probably would have been like plans and things.
Hmm.
Well, I
Damn.
suppose next week, um, we're going to be back with a group. Yay!
Hopefully. I hope we'll
Well,
all be.
they promised. They promised me.
Well, we're gonna meet some on Wednesday, so
Yeah.
we're gonna make sure that
Weihnachtsmarkt.
we're gonna make
Yay!
sure there's that like
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah. Also, I've noticed this episode will have been watched time on the 18th of December,
Mm-hmm.
which means next episode is at Christmas.
Woo!
So, yay! And
And
then
we
it's
are
gonna
very
get,
much sitting there on Christmas Eve recording an episode.
I
Ha
don't
ha
think so,
ha ha.
to be honest. To be honest, I think a lot of people are working then.
Sure. No, I'm not.
You're
For a
not?
change.
Well, other people
I'm
are.
not for a change.
Um, all right. So, any planning questions that you want to know? What I thought? What the fuck were you thinking? Type of things.
I'll probably have once I've digested it all, I'll probably have questions. I'm just as overwhelmed as Eldrin.
But to be very honest, what I think the fighter training is doing with Eldrin is that you probably, as a druid, also get more forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Definitely
you're
more
not,
comfortable and
yeah,
confident.
I think you're not turning into like small animals, but rather into like a bear or things.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, think it might change some stuff there as well. And
Mm.
also, if you learn control about one thing, you learn it about something else as well.
Yeah.
I know that because, learning the flute and learning how to breathe properly and stand properly helped with my posture, and it helped with speaking and projecting voice properly most of the time. So it's like,
Yeah.
yay. And before the internet is completely off, I think we should say goodnight and hope that it's better next week.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
end it while we can.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
fingers crossed.